morning! It's Thursday. Don't start unfiltered. So, I don't know what it is about this week, but it is just dragged. It is dragged on. And I went to bed probably an hour earlier than I normally did last night, just because I figured I'd sleep a little longer and be a little more rested. And then I forgot that I set my alarm an hour earlier because my schedule's not really tight. So I usually set my alarm to wake up at my 10-hour reset time. Now, maybe 30 minutes before, but I usually don't. I set my alarm for then so that I know I have to be awake. But with the way my fucking internal clock works, I always wake up like an hour before my alarm. So it works. But I usually have about an hour and a half to spare between my first appointment and my reset time being done, and I'm only 30 minutes down the road, so I make it work. Something must have got me, because I'm feeling all congested today, and I just want to go back to bed. But I got coffee. I've had breakfast. I'll probably munch like a squirrel today, because I have this thing where when I get tired, if I eat, it kind of wakes me up. But like, not like a 5-course meal. I mean, like, I've got a pack of peanut butter pretzel bites back there. I can munch on them, and it's not like I just sat down and had a 4-course meal. Or I might just wait, just stop for something before my next pickup. But I got another useless fact for you. The point at which night and day meet. Like, if you were to look at the planet from outside the atmosphere and orbit, you could look down and you could see the defining line of night and day. That line is called the terminator. Alright? One of the coolest things about the terminator is if you're out at sea, you can watch it approach, and you can just sit there literally and watch darkness come on you. And mainly, I say at sea because it's usually flat and there's nothing there. Like, you have nothing obstructing your view, and essentially a giant mirror helping refract and reflect the amount of light in the air. Fun fact number 2 about the Terminator. And I think this only works at sea and in a plane in the air. Well, boat at sea and a plane in the air. You can follow the Terminator almost indefinitely. Like, if you set a cruising speed in a boat and you just kind of go whichever direction you want to. Well, I guess it would be I always forget this. It rises in the west and rises in the east and sets in the west. So you would have to follow that direction depending on what side of the planet you're on. Because obviously, half the planet gets light, half the planet gets darkness, and it's rotating. Well, if you're out at sea, and I can't remember what speed it is or how technically hard it is, But if you're out at sea or in a plane in the air, more so at sea, just because you can see better, you can follow the sunset and have a indefinite sunset. Oh, somebody's yelling on the radio. Ooh, spicy. So someone pissed somebody off. Joys are running the CB. But like I'm saying, if you're out at sea, you can have an indefinite sunset. So, for all you boat goers out there, if you want to ever have a real romantic date, take your girl out to the ocean and follow the sunset for a couple hours. Just make sure you know what you're doing, because you don't want to get stuck out at sea with no fuel, because you're following the sunset. But yeah, there's my little tidbit for this morning. Now that I'm thinking about these more often throughout the day, they kind of come to me a little more. And it's not so much like I'm putting my brain on the spot of, hey, generate information. Oh, these wipers are smudging my window. But yeah, I'll be back. So hey, this is new. By the way, there's my truck in the door. In the door. I've got to back all the way into that. You know how long a truck and a trailer is? You know how far back into that hole I am. I'm up here at Fairbury, Illinois. It's been pretty nice. The guys working here kept telling me horror stories about snow being piled up here to where they had to have a bulldozer or whatever. Well, not a bulldozer, but like a dedicated plow truck come up and pile it over. And I've not found anything worse than just some snow drifts right there in front of the doors. Yeah, I got a nice little grassy area over here. I can take Anubis and walk him. And I'd show you the other side of the camera, but this phone mount I got in that's a pain in the butt to get my phone in and out. Kind of works as an extra grip. So, I think I'm going to do a thing with this whole random useless knowledge. I think I'm going to start posting shorts for teasers. And I'm going to ask for themes or genres of random facts. In the sense of, because my useless knowledge is, I'd be the person you want in a game of like Pictionary or what is that other game? Charades? Well, maybe not charades, but like the I think it is Pictionary. I've never played it, but it's the one where you've got or Jeopardy. But I'd never remember to ask it in the form of a question or answer it in the form of a question. But yeah, I'm that useless knowledge. Yeah, this is Fairbury, Illinois. PTC Alliance. Nothing but farmland. Nothing but farmland. If it wasn't for all the random houses and trees, I'd be like, man, this is deserted wasteland. But there's all kinds of houses and fields and traffic and occasional farm equipment. And then like today, some dumbass in a grain truck trying to play chicken because he's too impatient to do the speed limit, was trying to pass a line of at least 4 cars and another semi, and I had to let off to make sure he had room to get back over because he was playing Super Trucker. And then I had a numbnut and a dually pickup pulling a probably a 20-foot trailer trying to pass me. Like, come on, people. I'm doing a little over the speed limit just so that I'm not holding up traffic. And y'all impatient assholes are still having to try to pass me. It's a 2-lane road. It's a 2-lane road. One direction one way, one direction the other way. This is not the interstate. Stop trying to pass on 2-lane roads in semis. Stop trying to pass on 2-lane roads with 20, 30-foot trailers. Just be patient. Oh, this Thursday's coming to an end. I got about an hour and a half until I'm parked. I'm up here in Illinois still. A couple miles away from the scale up here before you go down that big hill. Forget all the names of the mile markers over here. About 70 miles from the state line, though. I know that. But that construction's over. It's down to 2 lanes in the barrel and the median area because they're trying to expand the road into the median. And I got all these Ego steering wheel holder, do nothing but get in the truck and hold the pedal down and go as fast as the truck will let them. Like, I don't know how many times right before we got into this I had people coming up and you're sitting there riding my bumper like they're gonna try to push me down the road. Like, look, I'm doing the speed limit. My truck only does 69, but I'm in a 70, so I am doing the speed limit. And then you get all these numbnuts that don't use their blinkers, or they do, but it's after they've changed lanes, and it's for a half a second. It's like, you could have done that before you moved. And then they get on the radio and get all pissy. Someone called them out, which is exactly why there's too many guys out here driving with Egos. But hey, it's still daylight out and it's 7:10. That's what I'm talking about. That's kind of driving I like. I'd rather have been already parked, but I don't want to drive all day tomorrow. So, get down to Matthew and have 2 hours till Eno. And then it'll be 4 hours to Lebanon. I swear I've got a wire going bad or this plug going bad. Yeah. The last 2 days have been short videos. Just been getting parked at the end of the night and just being tired. I'm getting a cold. I feel like I got a fever. Though I'm weird like that and I just naturally have higher body temperature, which usually equates for my blood pressure being up. But I'm thinking that most of this is just where I'm congested. So I guess something in the truck or something where I've been going does not like me. Or it's just the weather change. I'm thinking it's a weather change. Hot to cold, where like it's decently warm down in Tennessee, and I'm up here in Illinois where it's still getting pretty cold. Let me know how that teaser worked. I did a comment post on my channel, and I did a short. Which, if you've watched to this point, you already know what is the Terminator. And to touch base to that, I looked it up, and you can't follow it indefinitely and for an eternal sunset, but you can follow it for a couple hours before it outruns you, because you got to remember, the planet spins at a couple thousand miles per hour, but because it's so big, it doesn't feel like it. But you got to remember, something as big as the planet spinning really fast, you're not gonna. But yeah. Tell me what you think about the little teasers. And earlier I asked for suggestions for useless knowledge, not in the sense that I want you to ask me a question, because anybody can Google, but like, give me a thought. Like, what do you know about weird things in the ocean? What do you know about weird things in space? What do you know about the human body? Give me like a genre, because I'd like to kind of keep this themed so that it kind of flows with the information. But that was just a thought on how to do it. But yeah, feedback, people.